This Halloween, let's talk about the 3 scariest mistakes I see travel agents making. These are not ghost stories. These are actual mistakes that can kill your business growth. Keep on watching. Don't forget, take a moment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell right here on YouTube. We bring you amazing content every single week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. If you're new here, I'm not Maleficent. I'm Cyndi Williams, the CEO and founder of Wanderlust Campus. We are the training department for the travel industry at large, and we are known for having the gold standard of certification for travel professionals all over the world. You can find all of our information over at travelschool.com. But today we're talking about 3 spooky, scary mistakes that I see happening all the time with travel agents that can literally kill your business. So if you don't want your pipeline to dry up and turn into a graveyard, we're going to cover what those 3 are today so you can avoid them. And I'm going to give you some fixes too. Which, by the way, can we talk about my Maleficent ears for just a minute? For those of you who were at Wander Beyond Retreat this year at Disney, shout out to you. I had so much fun. We did a heroes and villains theme this year. And so I came as Maleficent on Villains Day. And it was a vibe. It was a ton of fun. So shout out to all of my Wander Beyond Retreat participants. And also, guys, we don't have that many spots left for the 2026 Wander Beyond events happening in Africa and Alaska. So make sure you go to travelschool.com, get your complimentary access into Wanderlust Campus, and you can find out how you can join us in Alaska or Africa next year too. But let's dive into this week's content. The first thing I want to talk about is the ghosting syndrome. What's the ghosting syndrome? So you've been a travel professional a while. You've been a travel agent a while. You're doing the things. You're starting to serve your clients. You're having a little uptick in your business. Fantastic, right? Yes, that is fantastic. Kudos. However, when you start to be in the act of helping your clients, serving your clients, if you get over invested and forget about the operational things that need to happen, the marketing things that need to happen, your leads can literally dry up. I see this all the time. You go all in, and when you don't have any clients or when you're starting your business, you do a more dedicated job on getting your marketing out there or figuring out the marketing techniques. The difficulty with marketing is it changes so much every single month, really. I mean, we're at Wanderlust Campus, we're always training and providing our students with the most relevant information on how as much information as we have on all the algorithms, how to optimize them, how to use best practices and different strategies. And we know how much work it is staying up to date on that. I can't imagine, right, when you're in your business and you've got 30 clients traveling this week and doing all the things, if you didn't have Wanderlust Campus, staying on top of all of that information. So, but it happens, or you're depending on old marketing techniques that somehow aren't working all of a sudden anymore because an algorithm changed or something changed in the interwebs that is now impacting and your leads literally dry up. So your clients travel, you don't have new clients, and your business goes, we don't want that to happen, right? So you want to make sure you're getting into a consistent rhythm, both with your cadence of always scheduling time to do your marketing. Inside Wanderlust Campus in our certification program, we actually certify our students and we walk them through how to set up a marketing machine, understand what marketing channels are, which ones to use in their markets, how to kind of marry that with the niches and their custom business, and to create and curate kind of that first marketing plan to get them off and running, but then also how to maintain that, how to schedule in. And not that you have to do marketing every day. In fact, if you're doing marketing every day, that's actually not a good use of your time. You want to make sure you're creating and scheduling your marketing, and you have a system for that behind the scenes. So that's really, really important, because when you're busy, it feels great. I'm busy. I'm helping my clients are traveling. But if you don't have new business continually coming in, at some point on your cash flow, on your balance sheet, it's going to dip down. That's what we're trying to avoid here. So make sure you don't fall victim to the ghosting syndrome. All right. Up next, the Frankenstein business model. You guys, I see this a lot. I see it out there in the world, and I can see when people are trying their best, right? Like, I get it. You probably didn't come from the travel industry, or you came from another industry. You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to piece things together. Maybe you're trying to DIY and figure out the best system that will work. Because the reality is, when you're starting a travel business in today's environment, you're responsible for a lot. You're responsible for your tech stack, for your learning stack, for all the things, right? So what happens as a result of this, because no one gives you clear direction, no one kind of says, here's what you do, ABC, 1, 2, 3, here's what works best. Let me consider your business model, your market, all the different things, and help you put this together. No, you have to figure that stuff out if you don't have a resource like Campus, right? So these Frankenstein models that I see that are out there, absolutely, if you've done your best. And listen, I had to learn this lesson as a new business owner 20 years ago when I started piecemealing things together. I was a DIY queen. I was like, I am smarter than the internet. I'm going to figure it out. And I had to make a lot of mistakes to figure out, like, nope, I have to make some adjustments, some shifts. I have to hire some people. I have to learn some things until I got all of my businesses where they were running smooth like a well-oiled machine, and they're optimized, right? And they're just kind of, everything's running behind the scenes. For those of you that have been following me since back in September, you may know that my mom's been really ill. She's been in the hospital. I've been traveling to Michigan. I've also been traveling out to California, where my daughter's stationed right now, and here back to Florida. I've been on this constant rotation, and I've had to take more time off of the kind of day-to-day office than I normally do. But because I have systems, because I have automations, because I have all this stuff running behind the scenes, and it's in kind of a really nice model, I didn't lose any sleep over that. Like, the business still happened, the sales still happened, my team still had what they need, and everything runs smoothly. Now, if I were to try to have that chaos in my life way back when I had a Franken system, I would have lost my mind. My head would probably have popped off, right? So if you are working too many hours, if you are feeling exhausted, if your tech is just not working for you, or you're trying to get this one to work with that one and you can't figure out how to connect all those dots, it's probably because you have a Franken system. And the reason I said I see this a lot is I see it out in the world, but also we help aspiring and new agents, but we also, on our certification program, we help growing agents as well. So a lot of times people will go, I'm going to try it on my own. I'm just going to DIY it. I'm going to do the things. And then they come to us a year later, 2 years later, and they have a Franken system, and they come into Campus and they're like, I know I probably should have started here to begin with, but help me. I can't. Now I have some clients. Everything's broken. What do I do? How do I fix this? So we are constantly helping people fix their tech stacks, fix their optimization, get real systems in place. So I see it from both ends. And I will tell you, it's easier to do it the right way from the beginning. But if that was not your personal journey and you were already in it and you have a Franken system, take a breath and figure out where you need to pivot, where you need to adjust, because you have to fix that. Otherwise, your life is going to be kind of constant chaos until you have good systems in place. All right, next up is the vampire client trap. Oh, I know we've all been victim to this. Oh, this is such a good one. That client that drives you crazy, that you are like, if I just didn't have this one client, my life would be perfect. Or that client that's like, can you run 18 proposals? And then you give them 18 proposals and they're like, we're not going to go. Or they go book it. Worse yet, they go book it on the internet and like, thanks for your help. I didn't want to bother you this last time. So we just booked direct. And you're like, I'm going to lose my mind with these vampire clients, right? Here's what I want to tell you about vampire clients. And this may be hard to hear, but you are the one that needs to set a boundary around vampire clients. You are the only one that can get out the garlic and get them away. And how you get them away is really quite simple. You implement a fee strategy, or you have a candid conversation that says, I'm not sure we're the right agency for you. I'd recommend XYZ. And you have a conversation and you get them off your client roster. Here's the thing about how up-leveling your business works. When you no longer put up with the low standard of like what's just coming to you, you don't have to help everybody that's coming to you, right? You want to be selective, because if you're only working with that top 70 or 80% of your clients that are great, that do appreciate you, that do pay your fees, that are booking regularly, that don't suck all of your time you could be spending with your family or with your other clients, your business feels completely different. The higher your prices, the smaller your problems. Let me say it again. The higher your prices, the smaller your problems. And that's because clients that appreciate quality are not going to have a problem with your fees. They're not going to have a problem with getting to the finish line of booking that trip. They are going to work with you in a better, bigger fashion. But those vampires can drag your entire operation down because they are an energy suck emotionally, physically, time-wise, and you don't want to sign up for that. So if you have some of those, and if you're thinking in my head, oh yeah, I have Susie and Fred and whoever else that I would just not be sad if they went away tomorrow, just get them off your roster. And then you're moving in a different direction in your business. You're setting a new standard. The universe delivers what you're willing to accept. So when you say, nope, I'm moving here from here on out, that's what you want to do, right? So don't get glamored by those vampires. So guys, I hope this was helpful for you today. If you're facing any of these issues in your business, I want to remind you this is exactly what we help students with through our certification programs at Careers on Vacation. Is our #1 certification. That's the one that not only certifies you as a travel professional, and that is a trademarked patented program, but we give you the systems. We listen to your niche. We work with you one-on-one. It's a very personal process. If you're feeling underserved, whether you are with a host or you're trying to DIY everything yourself, this is the answer you've been looking for to help you put everything together in a beautiful way and just get you back into a cycle of growth again. And that is not scary. That's moving you to empowerment and doing all the great things. And now is the best time to do that. Let's do that before busy season hits in January. So I invite you to visit us at careersonvacation.com/readynow, where we can help you with all of those good things. And guys, listen, wherever you are on your journey, I wish you so much love, so much abundance. I wish the world. I'll see you on the next one, and be safe this Halloween. Bye, guys. Last video, I want to encourage you to check out the other content we have here on the channel. We have amazing content at every level, no matter where you are in your travel industry journey, from aspiring to new to growing. Even our travel agency owners, look for those playlists and you can find some amazing content that's really catered just to you. And by the way, if you haven't signed up for your Wanderlust Campus free account, make sure you do that too. And you know what? I'm going to pick some videos and put them for you right here. Check those out. I'll see you next time.